When I think about entrepreneurship, I couldn't breathe. Like I couldn't breathe. All I could ever do was think about what I was gonna sell. I think of entrepreneurship in a very rugged, very raw, much dirtier way. I really think that people who think they're entrepreneurs that don't work 15 to 17 hours a day aren't. I really believe that. I'm sure that's short-sighted and one-dimensional, but I just believe it with my entire soul. It's hard being an entrepreneur. It's hard building a business. Everybody thinks it's so easy, that there's an entitlement, there's a disaster. Building a business is hard. And you know what makes it really hard? Everything that happens every day of every moment. So, you can pick time, you can pick money as the one or two things that you think stop you from winning your game, but the truth is, there's a million reasons. 99% of businesses go out of business for a reason, and that reason is, it's hard. And you need to start creating layers and layers and layers and layers of skin to be able to get through, because the glamour of being an entrepreneur, don't get it twisted. This is hard. Every day is hard. And if you don't have the stomach to weather the storm, you will not be successful. Regretting feels to me like the opposite of entrepreneurship, right? Like I just think it means looking back, and I think speed is the #1 variable that most people in this room will struggle with. Stop crying and just keep hustling. Hustle is the most important word ever. And that's what you need to do. You need to work so hard. Guys, we're building businesses here. This isn't about parties. We're building businesses. I used to work in a liquor store from 7 in the morning to 10 at night for 7 straight years. And that gave me a platform. That was a stepping stone. The reason I was able to start Wine Library TV was because I built up this business. It gave me the equity, the cash flow to do it. You need to hustle. There's way too many people in this room right now that are doing stuff they hate. Please stop doing that. Because you can lose just as much money being happy as hell. You need to care about everything, and it starts with yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I want to do every day for the rest of my life? Do that. I promise you can monetize that shit. Whatever you need to do it. You need to bet on your strengths and don't give a fuck about what you suck at. Way too many people in this room are gonna spend the next 30, 40 years of their lives trying to check the boxes of the things that they're not as good at, and that you're gonna waste a fuckload of time and lose. I highly recommend auditing yourself, or if you have no fucking empathy or EQ or self-awareness, then find somebody in your family or friendship that does, and let them tell you who you are. And once you believe that, either for yourself or someone else told you, go directly, all chips, all into that, because that is the only possible way, in my opinion, watching from the outside, that is, let me rephrase, that is a very highly likely way of over-indexing, because the truth is, if you want to be an anomaly, you've got to act like one. If you're pumping out good shit, people will follow. But if you for a second, a half a second, don't believe in what you're doing, whether it's your personal brand or the product you represent, you need to get out now. The only way to succeed now is to be completely transparent, completely. Everything is exposed, everything you do. So your legacy is your ultimate life. It's all you've got. And you can build so much on that. When you have brand equity, anything can happen. I'm a humongous believer that ideas are shit and that execution's the game, right? We've all got ideas. Everybody's got ideas. Do you know how many fucking ideas we all have here? We could probably sit here for the next 2 hours, draw them all out, record them, and predict the next 78 great startups over the next 9 years. Because I think the actual situation is what you actually do with it. I don't want to hear about this 9 to 5 bullshit. I don't want to hear about this job thing, right? 9 to 5, I don't have time. If you want this, if you're miserable, or if you don't like it, or you want to do something else and you have a passion somewhere else, work 9 to 5, spend a couple hours with your family. 7 to 2 in the morning is plenty of time to do damage. But that's it. It's not going to happen any other way.